Hi, if we've never met before, my name is Rachel and I channel messages for the collective. A lot of it has been been a part of my own healing. So I like to talk about overcoming trauma, holistic health, spirituality, intimacy, codependency, happy, healthy relationships, how to set boundaries, a lot of good things. So if this helps you, I'd love if you like the video, comment what you'd like to see next or your experiences, and if you want to see more, you can always subscribe. I was briefly on Instagram this morning and JVN, Jonathan Van Ness, he does like a carousel of posts, and his second one was a girl that was watching Kamala's, I don't know, after loss speech. And I hadn't listened to it yet, but I watched her listening to it. And the girl was very emotional. But I also heard Kamala, and I kind of just wanted to riff on what I heard her saying. Because she was talking about, in the clip that was on there, was never stop trying to make the world a better place. Sometimes we have to lose one fight, but if you always fight to make the world a better place and you have hope and you never give up, you will never not be successful. And I mean, I think everyone can resonate with this at different levels and different degrees in different areas of their life, right? Because I can really resonate with it. A lot of times this year, I was just like, I want to give up, and I have never felt that way before. I had that feeling a lot of times. And, there's people have all kinds of stories, right? My story is just one of, over 7 billion? And you can choose to give up, you can choose to stop because it's too hard, you can choose to kind of give in to things. We've also all been there. Like, an example would be peer pressure, an example would be if you're eating really clean and then it's easier to eat fast food, giving into what your family and your parents want for you instead of what you really want to do. So this, again, comes in various levels and degrees, but for you to protect yourself, meaning your energy, your thoughts, you have to be so mindful of what you're listening to and what you take in and the actions you take, right? Because again, there are so many people that are living lives not authentically feeling good to them. And that's a huge part of why I want to help people through energy work and coaching and readings, right? Is because if you want to become the happiest, healthiest, most authentic version of yourself, you need to get really clear on who you are and what you want. And there are a billion distractions that try to take you off that path. There are so many things that we do like to tap into at times because, like, even for me, I was on a healing journey and path very intensely for 5+ years. So that was like kind of my life for that period of time. And then the last couple years, I was kind of like, I'm not doing that as much as I did at one point. So kind of just like being and relaxing and taking in the fruits of my labor because of all the hard work I did. There are different levels and degrees to the choices we make and how we want to spend our time. Again, I can only speak from my personal experience. So another thing for me is like working out and getting the body that I want. And I've gone through different phases of working out. I kind of always eat healthy for my health. But I was an athlete growing up, and just this week, in the last couple days, I kind of had a stomach bug and I was fatigued, and I'm like, okay, like I don't have the energy to work out. And that's kind of been just a part of my growth path and healing path. And I don't know, like I know that I've really had a lot of physical symptoms to purge a lot of stuff out. However, that has also kind of, oh, sorry, I had a mark on my arm for maybe a month or two and now it's gone. See, I was just saying, like, things are moving through and purging. Like, my face is going through a purge this last week, and then this is all gone too. So to really understand there's different parts of your life and ebbs and flows is also a really important piece of okay, where am I at right now? What do I choose to spend my time and energy on? Right? Because it's going to be different in the future. I know now, and like I have the energy to like really work on my business and create a lot of videos and connect with a lot of people and kind of focus on a lot of output. And sometimes, you know, I was more in the relaxing mode, like 2023. I was just like kind of chilling. I was chilling a lot this year too. I didn't want to be in that place, but I ended up kind of having a lot of time off, I guess. So now it feels like as I finish this year off going into next year, there's going to be more like output and showing up and doing the work and kind of having more motivation and the drive to actually do it and take action. So understand that if we go back to Kamala's speech and kind of the point of this video, like never lose hope. You might lose a fight. Maybe the fight will take a little bit longer. Understand that you really have to look at your life as a marathon, right? Because again, people get caught up in like, I need to fight for this one thing and this one goal that I'm really working towards, and maybe they lose that fight and then they just have no drive and motivation for a long time, which is again fine. But if you kind of have a slow underburn along your life path of, I know I want to, you know, have this business or this career. I know I want to make this amount of money. I know I want to give back to the homeless community. I know I want to just be a light in the world. I know that I want to help women. I know that I want to help whoever, or maybe you just want to help yourself become better because you've been a really mean person. Like whatever the underlying kind of currents and values are, you can always come back to that, right? That's kind of a sustainable drive path you can be on. And yes, we also have to grieve. So when we do lose a fight and something really hurts, like in the dating world, right? It's like, oh, I found this person and this is what I'm going to get. And then it ends, and then you have to grieve that, because if you don't grieve it, then all those feelings also build resentment over time. So I don't know, maybe you're in a physical competition and you couldn't finish it, or you didn't get the, you know, outcome that you wanted. Okay, well, you kind of have to grieve that. Maybe you're going to be sad about it for a little bit of time, and that's okay. Yeah, it sucks, and those feelings are intense, and it's like, I don't want to be feeling these feelings. But again, understand from someone that's been there doing that the hard way, if you don't feel your feelings, they're going to bubble up over a longer period of time, and you're going to be physically sick and not your happiest self. So yeah, never lose hope. I always like to give tools and tips and tricks. I really like chanting. I really like meditating. I really like being outside. I really unplug from a lot of the mainstream media. So if you do feel like that's too heavy and it's too much doom and it's too much fear, definitely become aware of that. I like to look at nutrition and foods that will actually help my body heal. I love to go to the library. I love to go to the bookstore and be a researcher. Again, I know that's not everyone's thing. Some people it is going to be more physical, but just really be super protective of yourself. Super protective, because otherwise you're just going to get tossed around and, you know, go on a life path that's not even really yours in the long term. And that's not what I want for anybody. So if this has helped you, please give it a like, comment below what you'd like to see next, subscribe if you want to hear more. If you do want more one-on-one support with a happy, healthy relationship, loving yourself, losing weight, overcoming health issues, just like kind of purpose and meaning in general, I'd love to help if I can. So you can email me. And my social medias are also down below too. So I'm sending you a lot of love always, and I'll see you soon. Bye!